26 of April, March 2024. I welcome all of you for our sports edition. This is Elkem TV as we transform Bunyoro's sports. With me, I have two gentlemen who actually will introduce themselves to you. So I would like to inform whoever is coming towards Masindi that the weather is a bit calm and it is a bit rainy this side. So when you're coming, bear on your mind that you carry with yourself either a raincoat or umbrella in order to avoid a natural calamity that may happen anytime. So we are experiencing rain here in Masindi district. Whoever is traveling, welcome you, and whoever is watching us, wherever you are in different platforms of yours, Facebook, YouTube, and whatever kind of platform, we appreciate and thank you so much for that initiative and considering us as your number one sports platform here based in the hearts of Masindi municipality, and we really consider you to be of great value to us as management of Elkem TV and Sport. So we have two gentlemen here. I will not be the one to introduce them to you, but they will introduce themselves. I have one on opposite my right hand. You will introduce yourself to our viewers.
Thank you very much. My name is Alinaito Fred, and I'm a football coach. Happy to be in this place.
Thank you. That is Alinaito Fred, aka Kazambia. Yeah, he happens to be a coach. So the other one also.
Thank you so much. By the name of Abusolomi, the chairman Masindi District Football Association.
Thank you for actually considering our invitation and being with us here on Elkem TV. We always appreciate you for whatever you do. So that is actually, those are the two gentlemen I told you, and have introduced themselves. So we shall be going from this time up to 6. I would really request for your time as you keep on watching what package they have brought for us, and whatever will transpire from here will be for great value of Bunyoro as we look ways of transforming the football and the talents of young ones here in Bunyoro. You never know, they will be the next Cranes captains or the captains in various clubs across the continent. So we shall start with the justly concluded Usha district games here at Masindi district, where we saw Kabarwana Senior Secondary School emerging the champions for second consecutive time. So Coach Fred, you happen to be one of the coach for one of the secondary school here in Masindi, and I happened to see and I watched that game between Masindi Army Senior Secondary School and Kabarwana. The game was so interesting, and indeed of which Kabarwana went into finals with the Masindi Senior Secondary School, where they were crowned as the champions of Masindi District Usha Games. So how do you see the performance of this year's secondary schools in terms of playing football and discipline on the ground? Because that very evening after Kabarwana being crowned as the champions, it was alleged they also came and protested. Although it was protesting, or they were excited for that trophy, they tried to actually protest because it's sign of strikes around Kijura, and we had even a bullet. So that may not be a very big concern, but how was the football generally?
To start with, I must congratulate Kabarwana Senior Secondary School for having taken the trophies. Of course, it was out of struggle. It was not easy where they passed. I happen to have been one of the coaches. I was at Masindi Army Secondary School, yes. And I faced Kabarwana Senior Secondary School in finals at the municipal level. It was a good final. People were there who witnessed. That one shows, Masindi, via football, we're on another level. Because for the first time in history, I'm seeing the UNSA games being played without any school being disqualified or banned for years. Yeah. For the first time, at least on record. The last 10 years I've been in Masindi, at least all the years that have come in existence, most of the schools would reach at a certain level where you would see schools being banned, schools being disqualified, of which I give to credit to the football organizers in Masindi Good enough, we have the Masindi district chairman here with us.
Yes.
So credit goes to him and the entire community, the organizing committee. However, I would say this time around, I think there is a lot of improvement, given that most schools, they really tried to source out the coaches, the qualified coaches. I mean the qualified coaches. Initially, schools would just pick anyone to come and assemble a team to come for the competitions. It is from this tournament I've seen this year that most schools sourced good qualified coaches. That's why you'd see even the level of competition was high. Where we had Kabarega SS, they had the coach Ali Oku. I was at Masindi Army Secondary School. Coach Nsubuga was in Greenfield. I saw Coach Nsamba Godwin at Masindi Secondary School, of which all these schools surely they performed well, regardless of the different positions they ended up with. But I would say, one, great thanks to the head teachers and the entire school management board, that surely this time round we have seen organized tournaments where footballers were playing good football, besides winning, but really people were entertained.
Yes.
And besides that, it was not only schools, but it was battle of coaches, where we met ourselves,
Experienced coaches,
coaches who have been in the system.
Yes.
And surely anyone who witnessed, it was nice for people to see. It was a good display.
Yeah.
And for that, I would say I give credit to organizers.
So,
however, the other thing I would say, I saw the other thing, schools started organizing early. Unlike the past years, where a school would start 1 week, few days to the tournament, at least there was another level of organization.
Okay, that is good. Coach Fred, going into the chairperson DFA, Masindi District, I think you have heard the statement of Fred. Actually, schools this year, they have really performed good in terms of displaying, in terms of playing, discipline, and the organization. What measures really have you put in place to ensure that some of those schools that have really shown up and they have really displayed the discipline, they have played very well to ensure that they continue with that spirit and raise the flag of Masindi higher? Because we heard the regionals are going to be in Kiriandongo this time around. Kagadi. Yes, in Kagadi. So what measures have you put in place to ensure consistency and that those schools of Masindi this time around, they will perform wonders and continue with the spirit they display?
Thank you, Mr. Andama. First of all, I will first appreciate Coach Adinaito Fred for appreciating me also, for realizing my efforts. One of the measures we did last year, after the tournament, I sat down with the committee, that is co-curricular.
Yeah.
We discussed on the points how to improve games and sports. One of them, I passed a bylaw that each school should get a qualified coach, whereby schools did that this year. So it is an achievement, and lucky enough, I thank those schools which followed my instructions. And I think this year you got some good competition in the district. Okay. And the new measures which are put on board is talent identification. When I was there, but I was not just monitoring schools the way they are playing. One of them is to identify talents. So we identify the talents, and good schools are coming for those schools, for those talents. Okay. And one of the best talents was Coach Alinaito had some good goalkeepers, and we identified that one. So at least we have put some good measures that we are protecting. What has been spoiling our games in secondary is we call them pros. In our locally, we call them abachuba. So we have been facing that.
The machineries.
The machineries. So we have been facing that. But this year, we emphasized there is a law. They brought in a system. We have been using that system in the 4th and the 5th division and the Super League. But this time it was brought in secondary schools. If that child is not eligible, he cannot play. So we have been killing talents. You realize the talent when a child is in senior 6. When he cannot play, And yet we were supposed to identify that talent when he's still in senior one.
Yes.
At least with the Masesco and Kabarwana, some of the boys were in senior 2, senior 3. So you see the future competition is going to be very tight. So our match emphasis is on to fulfill, to enforce those laws which are there. And another thing is, those days we could use referees who are you just see someone, he can officiate a game, you bring in someone to come and officiate. But this year, we emphasized on those people who have qualified, who went for fitness, and they did each and everything. They did exams with the FUFA. So we had to bring those referees to officiate our games. That's why you see this year, we didn't have any chaos. We ended our games very well.
Indeed, actually, over the issue of referees, I think there is credit there because in most times we have been following those football tournaments for secondaries. Players by themselves, even those students, could go and attack those referees. To them, they feel like they are not satisfied with their decisions. But this time around, we have not seen such incidences. I think really referees and whatever, the management, actually the board of the district football governing, we have done something very well. Thank you for that. Maybe now another thing is people have been asking very many questions because in most times we have been seeing finals played at Masindi Stadium and people have been watching it within here. So this time around, why have you taken it to enclose the Kiema Technical College?
Yeah, the main issue was we have a Super League game. Masindi Stadium is being used by Kitara and the Boma, whereby the leagues are ongoing. Okay? The leagues are ongoing, and the challenge which we are having, the committee had no money to do the repair for the stadium. Last year when we had the games in the stadium, those students, they spoiled each and everything which was there, and they couldn't repair. So we looked at that and we had no money for repairing. So we decided to shift to Kiema so that we cannot disappoint Kitara Football Club. And you know, by Friday they are playing Bull FC. And we cannot use a facility without chain links. That is the first requirement when you are playing Super League. Yeah, that was the reason.
Maybe to add on what the chairman has said, it is credit to the organizing committee.
Yes.
Looking at the facility at Kiema, surely it's a good ground, big enough that any team that plays there, we are in position to see who has won on merit.
Yeah.
However, I want to give this feedback to the organizing committee of these secondary schools competitions. It was unfair for a team to play semi-finals at midday. That game finished at around 2, and then also organize finals in the same place in the same day. You know, in most cases when these teams meet one another, they always get injuries. They always get people who are sick. At the end of the day, you find that 3-4 starters, they are injured. My request would be, next time as they organize, final should be respected. The place was okay, but I'm talking about the timing. I would have opted, if we had seen that final on the following day or another day, would have had a better final than the one we had. Okay. Otherwise, the venue was okay, apart from the timing. I request chairman, we see how we can adjust on the issue of finals, so that finals can be respected, and on a better time where teams are fresh, we shall always have a good display and a good competition as well.
I think chairman, you need to highlight actually on that more, because really it is a bit concerning. As somebody was just from playing semi-final. I watched that game between actually Army and Masindi Secondary School. Immediately, just without resting, there and then they rushed to Kiema and meeting Kabarwana says for final, and Kabarwana was here again for semi-final with the victory. So really, that issue of timing, I think it need to be considered.
You know,
I don't know.
curricula is being organized in a gala form. With the football, we have some different types of organization. We have gala, round robin, and a league. Okay?
Yes.
So it depends how you have organized. With the Coca-Cola is organized on a gala basis. So when it is a gala basis, the moment you end the group stages, you go for finals. But next time we shall try to sit down with the committee and we see how we can organize for the finals better. At least we have heard that many teams get injuries, they need to relax. Other players, they feel that fatigue of playing a quarter-final and a semi-final, so they need a rest. So we shall discuss with the committee and we see how we can come up with a good point.
I also have a question for Chairman.
Yes,
before maybe. One, he has talked about talent identification.
Yes.
How best have we helped these school-going children who are in school? Case in point, we have Kitara in Super League, Boma Football Club in Big League. As a chairman of the district, why not select the few well-talented players to see that we can really come up with a district team, basically basing on schools, those who have performed well on merit. We can have some friendlies on this with these teams like Boma, teams like Kitara. This helps to encourage and also improve on these players in high school. One, it gives them hope to know that if I can play against players in Super League, then I have future in football. If I can play against a team like Boma with good players in Big League, then I can have 1 or 2 years to make it at that level. We have seen Oikoroth Alan making it from Coca-Cola, these tournaments, to the national team. Why not embrace these students and also have that organized, students chosen on merit, then we organize such tournament, such friendlies also. I think it can be one way that can help us promote students and also give them hope in their future.
I think, Chairman, you have noted that. We shall come back with that maybe if you are to answer that question after the short commercial break. Then you will start from there. Then we go on.
Thank you.
Mchara
Waitu
Madina Education Center olirabye.
Madina Education Center isomero muno mugenya karoraho kale likusikiriza muno owenkonki onu no hagenda kutandikira kusoma
Ajati omwana akyayonka
arayonka nasoma kandi nkugenda nokuzala y'abandi basatu nabo basomera hano Madina Education Center
abafe Madina Education Center ngotuseyo olabira ddala Madina eri eyo Middle East naye esomero liri wano Nyakibe Masindi Kafu Road.
Madina Education Center isomero ndigondeze lyabo jona abaisiki na boarding primary school baina nursery section hamuna daycare section batirexi kalabana barahumuraga harume byokusanisa nka toys enungi muno
ate primary section nayo ya mulembe nnyo abasomesa batendeke bulungi classes zesize nyini metron wali dormitories nungi zirimu n'emifaliso actually emifaliso bitabo kalamu wamu ne peni byonna bisangayo ku ssomero bya bwerere bayina ne school van eyokutambuza abaana.
Madina Education Center liri ha musinga gw'obusiramu bayitu tubakusorora dini n'abakristayo bakutangirwa school fees nizisoboka okwehandikisa ku kugenda omaiso aisomero eri kusangibwa Nyakibete mairo 3 okuruga Masindi town ha Masindi Kafo road bateirona special class yokukwata kuruhano mutwe kubanye bikusinga otera hasimu 0 5 ibiri nkaga na mwenda rundi 0 kienda na ina asatu na mkaga 0
Okay, we'll be back from that short commercial break as we were talking about and discussing on issues concerning our football here and identifying talents of our own young ones here, especially secondary school students. As Fred posed the question to Chairman DFA about the initiative they started and of identifying those talents. So, Coach and Chairman, I hope you have noted those questions and you are able to answer them.
Yeah, the issue of identifying talents, actually, it is a good initiative, and we realized most of the players who were playing for Coca-Cola were identified by different teams, and which are playing in the 4th and 5th division, and the others are playing for Kitara under 17, But I think since it has come into my mind this year and this time now, I request the coach to give me some time. I'm going to think about it. Maybe, probably by next Coca-Cola next year, we shall put it into consideration.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe before we go to another, another thing I would like to find from you is we have 4th and 5th division.
Yes.
May you actually update us on the progress and also why few teams are participating?
Maybe the host, before we go to the 4th and 5th division,
yes.
Allow me really give an appreciation. You see, sometimes when you do something good, it is always good to appreciate.
Yes, true.
I've been following, being a coach, I'm a sporting director, and I've really tried to source out talents amongst the schools that played. I identified one of the students as the MVP, the most valuable player, around all the 30 over the 20 schools that played and this tournament. And this boy comes from Masesco, is called the Odegaard. He's a midfielder.
Okay.
Surely I looked at him and he has exceptional talent. And I want to give credit to the staff, the head teacher, the coach, and whoever spotted that boy. Surely it is always good. I'm told that boy is from the village around that side of Wijanga.
Yes.
And it was really a good sport. He's talented and we are really seeing the best come out of him. Then another one I looked at, there is a boy called Martin. He's in Kinyara SS. He was looking very, very good. And he's young. However, the goalkeeper of the tournament is Abdallah from Kabarwana Senior Secondary School. He really did wonders. I wish.
We also had a goalkeeper from Victory.
Yes.
That
looking at their performance, he was so outstanding because I remember saving Kabarwana in penalties at the municipal level. That was against Greenfield.
Yes.
Then he saved the Kabarwana also in penalties
against the Army.
Even the same Greenfield at the district level.
Yes, the same Greenfield again at the district level. I saw him saving Kabarwana Senior Secondary School. That was in semi-finals against Victory.
Yes.
And you see, really, he deserves to be credited. However, a point to note to all students out there: drugs are some of the things that is killing our talents in Masindi or in Bunyoro at large.
Yes.
As long as you're taking drugs, you're going nowhere. Then the other thing, a good player who is going to make it in life must have discipline. For those young players who are in high secondary schools, if you can have good discipline, avoid drugs, I'm telling you, we can have very many Omedis in Bunyoro. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Fred, for that elaboration. Yes, Chairman, he was asking about the actual update or progress on 4th and 5th division.
4th and 5th division.
Yes.
Yeah, 4th and 5th division, we are very soon going to start, but we have delayed because of the licenses. And most in our region, I think there is no any district which has already started playing 4th division.
Yes.
Last year it was Masindi which kicked off a bit early, but this year we got some challenges. That is money issue. License fee was increased.
Yes.
We used to pay 70,000 for licenses. This year it is 120. Now when you combine 120, you add the 200,000 for 4th division, you make it 320. Actually, that money is too much for the teams which are playing in the district league. And when you come to 5th division, the same. So the money was increased, but we are trying to come up how we can help these teams. At least we kick off the league. Okay. Another thing why we have delayed to kick off the district league is we had some tournaments. And one of them was this Coca-Cola. And another thing, by the time we got the licenses were processed, we had this Balam tournament.
Yes.
And we agreed with the committee that let us first leave this tournament to run, then later we kick off the league. Because most of the players are the ones who are playing the other tournament. And the Coca-Cola, as I told you, my team, the whole team, me I have a team, Kihand FC, from the goalkeeper up to the strike. They are all playing in Coca-Cola. So I looked at that. Even other teams, most of our teams, you know, 4th division mostly is for under 17, 18. Those are younger students or children who are still in schools. So when a school tournament starts, we first give a priority to the school tournament.
Okay.
We have very few teams in the 4th division. As I told you, the challenge is that last year I had the 16 teams in the 5th division, only 5th division.
Yeah.
Most of the teams, you know, we have a problem of political tournaments. Most teams which are playing football, they are playing political tournaments in the villages. So when they come at the district level and they see the competition rules at the district, they think that these rules have to be the same as the political tournaments rules.
Yeah.
Yet our rules are FIFA and FUFA competition rules. So you find we tell a player you cannot play without a national ID, and the other side they are used of playing without national IDs.
Yes.
You find a team cannot raise a total number of 15 players or 25 players because most of them they didn't register. Actually, the biggest challenge is the national IDs. Most players are playing football, but they don't have national IDs. So you find a team is willing to register in the 4th division, but they don't have players because the players are there, they don't have qualifications. One of them is the national ID. So the biggest challenge is that. Another thing, you know, the issue of money. Everyone, when you tell someone you are going to pay 320 registration fee, he thinks that money is too much. But as I told you, we have to 120 goes straight to the region, not to the DFA.
Yeah.
And the 200,000 which remains at the district, it is what we use to pay the referees. You are supposed to buy medals. You are supposed to award the champion. So that money is too small. But when someone comes to the DFA that I want to register my team and he has about 200,000, feels like it's not fine. But I realized where the problem was is just lack of sensitization.
Yeah.
And at least I have done my part, and I have tried to sensitize those clubs. And another thing is poor management.
Poor management in terms of
why teams are failing is because of poor management. The managers, they come in football expecting that I'm investing in money in football, I'm supposed to get there and then. Trust me.
They are commercializing football.
Yes. Trust me. I have lived with Kenyara, with the Kihand FC over 10 years as a manager. But if I'm to tell you, I have never got anything out of that. But you keep on investing in. You never know once in a while. It is just of recent, that's when I got some business with the Mukono University.
Yeah.
And that business was not coming to my pocket. It was benefiting my child. The player whom I got a bursary, I just got a bursary for the player, and he went for further studies at Mukono University.
Yeah.
Others I got for this boy of mine who is playing for Kabarwana now, is Murungi Nizwam. I had sent him to Kibuli SS. But this year he came back after completing senior for last year. Now he's in the Kabarwana SS. So those are the businesses I'm getting, not money. But other managers, they come in, they want to get money.
Yeah.
But after failing to get what they expected, they tend to leave. And leaving the club in what? In a suspense.
So you talked of money being an issue of actually hindering some of those teams to register and compete in these respective leagues, First Division and Fifth Division. And you said 120 goes direct and the 200 remains here. at the level of the district as you try to maintain some of those other things. So is there any possibility of going to adjust on that money of 200,000 to ensure that you have at least a bigger number of teams that are going to register, since money is one of the problems?
But I can say that we have more teams than the last time when I had not yet entered in the league, in the district, in the management of the district. By the time I joined the DFA, by the time I became the chairman, I got only 3 teams. But as I talk, I have 70 teams.
In which division?
That is 4th division. That is the district league. I got only 3 teams. Then now, as I talk, I have 70 teams which have registered.
Okay.
They are fully registered, just waiting to kick off the league. In the 4th division, I have 70 teams. 5th division, I have 70 teams.
Okay.
So it means that I have done something, at least whereby I can be appreciated. I'm trying to improve. And another thing is people don't take the league as a serious thing. They feel like playing these other tournaments, it's okay. But as I told you, it is just lack of sensitization.
Lack of sensitization.
So, Mr. Andama,
yes.
Having heard the speech from the chairman, I want to give him ideas on how we can get money to see that these teams stand and also see that they register. One of the strategies that we can put in place, we have politicians coming on board. We have people, you find people are aspiring to be the members of parliament at the district level when they are over 10. We have business people around. We have religious people. These are people who can support some of these teams in their different places. Because now, you see, when we approach them, they're in position to support.
We have been seeing those politicians donating T-shirts.
We have seen them, they have donated T-shirts.
Thank you, Mr. Adama. Let me come on that point.
Why not really come and approach them?
Let me come on that point, Coach. At least, I can say that I'm the first person who lobbied for this district.
Yes.
The first person I brought on board was Joseph Kabuleta. The first X months whereby I gave a lot of money to the champion. The second person I brought on board was Joab Busing. He gave me 18 balls. The politicians you are talking about these politicians are...
Can we say the politicians are not in support of sport?
That's what I'm telling you. Okay?
No,
me physically...
Mr. Chairman, say it on air. Can we say the politicians are not in support of sport?
I'm repeating it. I'm repeating it. And please record this. Politicians of Masindi, they are not supporting sport.
Maybe they have not been approached. Mr. Andama.
It is, yeah.
Mr. Andama,
I may agree with the phrase.
No. First wait, Mr. Andama.
Yes.
The people, I'm telling you, sincerely speaking,
yes.
I even have some letters. Me, myself, I reached out.
You wrote it to some of those politicians?
I reached out the chairman, LOC5. We went there. I sat with him in his office. I discussed about the district budget, whereby I wanted the sports to be included. They told me, you have the sports officer, and that budget is done what? Is always included per year. When I discussed with the sports officer, he told me, yes, you will get balls. Let me tell you, these politicians of ours here, and I'm informing the politicians, kindly, we don't need the balls. When we come to you, you think we need the balls. But we need financial support as sportsmen. When you buy a ball of 30,000 and you give it to me, I use it for 1 week. That one has not helped me. I can appreciate Mr. Rogers Byamukama. For him, every year, he pays a license fee for these clubs. Last year, he paid the full payments. This year, he told me, let each and every team contribute 20,000. The balance I will clear. And that's why I have managed to get the licenses. So each team contribute only 20,000 on the license fee. So it means now we have reduced what? On the cost of the clubs. So the initiative I took for these clubs to get money was one. I brought in a home and away league basis. By those days, you could find a league being played at only Masindi Stadium. Home and away. You find a team comes from Bulyango, it is playing its home games where? In the Masindi Stadium. But I changed that. I said, no, if Bulyango FC has registered, they have a home facility. Let them travel to come to play Kihande, and later Kihande goes where? To Bulyango. When they go at Bulyango, I always tell those managers, please make great collections. They didn't know. Me, I told them as DF, I don't want even a single coin. They didn't know why I told them like that. When you make a gate collection and you get 800,000, it means it is going to support you for the next game. Let me give you a scenario which happened with the Bwijanga. Actually, what is disorganizing Bwijanga now is money issue. When I gave them a chance of hosting their game, per game they could make 600,000. Now the issue comes how to divide that money. Each manager tells you that, I bought lunch, I need my money. So they started from.
Okay.
So actually this year, I wanted to first have these few teams, and we see how we can manage them. And I appreciate Mr. Byarugaba Godfrey, that is the procurement officer, Masindi district, who came in last year's Xmas Cup. He sponsored us fully. He bought a bull, and the people enjoyed. Actually, yesterday when I was discussing with him, he promised to buy jerseys for these teams. Unfortunately, even teams which are playing 4th division, they don't even have jerseys. But when I shared with him, he told me, I'm going to buy jerseys for those teams. And another thing, Mr. Andam, I want to correct this. As a chairman of DFA, I'm not supposed to lobby for a club.
What's your work?
Me, I'm supposed.
I want to remind the chairman
clear this. I'm not supposed to lobby for a club. I'm not supposed to lobby for sponsors for clubs. As a DFA chairman, I'm supposed to lobby sponsors for district. Like the way you see FUFA. When FUFA is getting bet power, it doesn't get bet power for clubs. Okay?
Yes.
They get bet power to sponsor FUFA activities of what? FUFA drum, we had the Nairobi special as a FUFA. We had the Nairobi special, we had the bet power, we had the Roku Boom. They were all sponsors. But they were not sponsoring the provinces which were playing. The provinces were being sponsored by the locals. Okay? So when I get the sponsorship and I give some money to the club, it means that sponsorship is for the DFA. And me, I'm just channeling something small to the clubs.
Okay.
Those clubs, they are supposed to identify. If they need my help, they are supposed to identify. If we say like, we have a prominent man in Bujenje, that is Karuhanga. That we have chairman, we have seen Karuhanga can sponsor our team. But we need you, we need your guidance and your help. We want to meet Karuhanga. I can escort them. And I go, we talk with Karuhanga as a chairman.
Mr.
DFA,
Anam, I want to correct the
this
chairman DFA on air.
Okay,
yes,
please.
Whatever belongs to this, whatever is found in this court belongs to chairman. This is his regime, right?
Yes.
I'm saying the chairman is supposed to lobby for these clubs. The more the multiple clubs come to register and participate in these tournaments, the more he gets credit.
Yeah.
The more we get talent, the more there is competition. If he lobbies for 5th division and the 4th division, and it is organized and it is a success, one of the challenges these people face, they are putting in 300,000 plus. Even when the champion wins, is not in position to get things like medals, even some hardy cash. But if we can get a sponsor for a 5th division, and we know there is 5 million.
And that's through lobbying.
5 million, they can help a champion, a club, to help it start on another level.
I think I talked
Am I
about
communicating?
that.
Now, I'm saying he's supposed to. They say knowledge is power. Most of these people are coming into sports without the knowledge how to manage, the knowledge how to source money. In fact, he would be organizing some workshops as an eye-opener to the owners of these clubs, to show them that if you approach politicians, if you go to business people, if you go to religious people, they are in position to support.
You see, the challenge we have
He
with
would be
Sandava,
spearheading this initiative.
the challenge we have, I'm trying to change people's ideology. Andama, when you start Elkem media team today, everyone will think that team is for the manager. Me, I started Kihande FC when I was still in senior 2. I was a student as well as a player. But I started coaching my team. But the reason I could call that team, I would have called it Murshid FC. Okay? But yes. I used the community name. That is Kihande FC. It means I was trying to call the community members that this thing is our own. Now, the community nowadays, when you start up an initiative, instead of them coming together to support you, they just look at you. Okay? So, we started this. Actually, I even talked with my competition's chairman, that is Kijere Muje. I told him, you have a team called Rio Side. What does the word Rio Side mean? That is my team. I told him, no. Make that team a community team. Okay? We shall get sponsors. I tried to explain to him. He told me the same thing I'm telling you, that these community members, they will not come. But as Coach Kajambia said that, me as a chairman DFA, I'm supposed to lob. Yeah. It is true. I'm supposed. That's what I told him. I'm supposed to lob.
He has now accepted. Initially, he had not accepted that.
I'm supposed to lob for DFA. Okay? When I lob for DFA, that DFA we have a 4th and 5th division league, I need sponsors. When I lob for DFA, it means when I get sponsors, I will go back to his point that when I lob sponsors, they will give me prize money. When you call a team to play that we have sponsors, that team will come. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It is the same thing which happened in Christmas Cup. When I brought a sponsor, that is Biarugaba Godfrey, I brought him on table. I told them the winner is going to take a ball. I lobbed for Engineer Vincent, who bought for us the medals. I lobbed for Honorable Biamukama Rogers, who bought for us balls.
Are you saying that sponsors are there?
What I'm saying,
sponsors are there.
I did not lob for the club.
You lob for the district.
I lobbed for the district.
Those clubs are under the district.
Those are two different things.
By him lobbying for the district, the clubs are benefiting.
A jersey which I lobbed for Kihande FC. If I had lobbed that jersey for the district, it would be at the DFA. Isn't it?
And district sports officer could be in charge.
No, the DFA would be in charge. The secretary is there.
Yes.
But me, I looked at, if I'm to lob for I'm going to lob, but I'm lobbing for my team. That is Kihande FC. I'm the director. I lobbed for the jersey for Kihande FC. I took it for Kihande FC. When I met the sponsor again, I told him, no, we have more other teams in the district league. Now there I was lobbying for the district. How many teams that I have? 5 teams. Okay. I'm also going to get for them. At first I was lobbying as a director, what? Kihande FC. So those are two different things. So what I'm saying is, these managers of the clubs, they shouldn't wait for the chairman to lobby for them for registration fees. Okay? As a manager, do the registration. Let me, the chairman, do the lobbying for the DFA. Because when I lobby for the DFA, I will get the prize money, I will get the medals, I will get the jerseys for the whole district league teams. Okay? So It's like that.
Okay. Thank you, Chairman.
I have questions for Chairman.
Yes,
if time allows.
Yes.
I want the reply should be yes or no. Mr. Andama.
Yes.
I want to ask, does the Masindi district have a district team? It is a yes or no.
I can say no, but
no,
I
you
need
have not.
Explain.
You have not answered.
Okay?
No, you have not
no,
answered.
You cannot just say
it is a yes
will you
or
eat
no
or not without knowing why am I not going to eat.
Please,
so
host, let me
yes.
ask again. Does Masindi district have a district team?
The answer is like this. When are we supposed to have a district team?
You have not answered.
No, you first
the
look at that.
The question is a yes or no.
When are you supposed to have a district team? And a district team is comprised of how many players and from where?
So implying you don't have?
No, the question is like the answer is like this.
What is the answer?
To have a district team, one, you have to play a league. A district team is selected from a district league.
Okay.
That is 4th and 5th division.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Because those are players of the district, those are registered players of the district. You are supposed to get those players, to select the players from the district league to make a district team. Okay?
So
and 2, when do you make a district team?
Okay. We shall come back on that question after a short commercial break.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be back from that short commercial break. We are discussing about the district team, as Fred posed the question to Chairman, whether we have it or not.
I was still asking the Chairman. I asked him about the district team.
I'm still answering
he was not clear.
No.
That one is on record. He was not clear. I want to ask another
Mr.
question.
Andaba, before you go to another question, the issue is like this. I'm telling you this. The district team, I was explaining when to have a district team. And the players are selected from where? Players are selected from the district league. That is 4th and 5th division. Okay? Then later, what is the purpose of you making a district team? You also look at that. When you have that purpose, then you go to another level. Of recent, I was discussing with my district regional chairman.
I want to apply him. I want to reply him.
I was discussing with the regional chairman. I asked him, when are we going to have inter-districts tournament? Some time back, I initiated that through Mr.
Which
Bala.
chairman?
Chairman region, our regional chairman. He told me they are looking at, actually, FUFA has brought that trophy, inter-district trophy. Very soon it will come. It is like a drum.
Yes.
A drum tournament, but for inter-districts. I believe either next year or the other year, our FUFA president talked about it. So it is going to come. Which means we shall go back to his point of having a district team. Okay? But as per now, you cannot convince me to have a district team. Okay? Whereby I'm not going to use those players.
Mr.
Andama, you want me to have friendlies, okay? For what purpose?
Yes, Fred, any contribution?
Yes. Now, having heard from the chairman, DFA, I want to assure him, one, we have had very many tournaments organized. Christmas Cups inclusive, Easter Cups, ED Cups, such tournaments. It is out of those tournaments that you can always choose players from different villages, different constituencies, and we come up with a district team. What is the purpose of a district team? Looking our team at our team Kitara Football Club, which is in Hoima, that plays in Masindi. It is in the Uganda Super League, isn't it?
Yes.
It has no player from Masindi. It's on record. But if we would choose 2 or 3 and we approach the management of Kitara Football Club and we ask them, given that we are the ones hosting them at Masindi Stadium, at least to incorporate 2 or 1 player from Masindi, don't you think it would be one way of developing talent?
Mr. Coach,
we have Boma Football Club.
Mr. Coach,
if we had a
hold
district
on that
team,
point, why can't we identify those players who are playing in those tournaments and we bring them in these already made teams which are playing in the district league? Believe me, one day, one time, I had a friendly, Kihand FC. I organized a friendly with the Kitara FC. It doesn't need a district team to play Kitara FC. You can identify players and put them in your team, and they play very well, and you organize a friendly with the Kitara. Me, I can help you to connect you with those teams. Okay? I can do it.
Good.
But now, a district team comes with the costs. Okay?
Yes.
One, I'm going to, Mr. Fred, trust me. If I'm to summon you on the district team as a coach, you will ask for training allowances.
I will have to ask that if I'm not well explained to.
I think.
But if they tell me to volunteer for the purposes of growing talent
last year,
in Masindi or in Bunyoro,
last year,
to understand.
Last year, but one. After the district league, that was 4th and 5th division. I summoned some few players. And we summoned them. They came for the training at Masindi Stadium, and they were supposed to join the district team. Up to now, we have that list. When they came, the coaches we had appointed, they started asking for allowances. As a district, we had no money. And we were targeting, there is a tournament which was supposed to be played inter-districts by that time. And we had organized and mobilized, we were supposed to start playing, but all failed. We didn't have it, we didn't have the tournament, and it ended like that. It's the same thing. First look at having a school team. Let's go back to Coca-Cola. You organize players that are, I need players at Kabarwana says. And those players, they train Monday, Tuesday, morning, evening, when they are not going to play any tournament. Is it really right? I would say,
no,
let's
of course
organize.
If you have it, then you will be playing friendly.
I would request Coach Alinaitwe.
Yes.
If we want to help those talented players who are in the villages, let's support those talented players and we include them in these other teams which are already there. Okay?
Yeah.
When we put them there, let them play for those teams. Later we shall identify them and spot them and take them to another level.
Mr. Andama, we have seen the national team have a campaign that is called Crane Namtima.
Yeah.
And you have seen it move to different regions. One of the reasons why they move there, it is to search for talents, right? Is it okay? Is it right?
True?
It is true. I want you to imagine if we had a district team that can be playing friendlies. We can even invite here the Uganda Cranes, the Hippos, under 21, and they can come. We have Kitara. They can
play
come.
Against Masindi United.
Yes,
FC.
Masindi district team. It is very possible. We are not going to wait for the district team to the district tournament to come, and we have it in place. Case in point. There are there are teams that come as that, for example, KCCA, Vipers. And if we are organized enough, opportunities can always come. These are teams which are well off. They can always facilitate us even. They can visit us or we can visit them. By doing that, I'm assuring you, we are in position to market our players, It could be to clubs. We have under 17. Most Super League teams, they have under 17. Most teams in big league, they have under 17. If we would really put a platform for those young players, we are in position to market them, and at the end of the day, 1 or 2 can always be chosen.
I think we can even choose those players when they are playing in the other teams.
They can be identified, like how he talked of a best player who was actually...
It is not just saying that if we don't have a district team, we cannot have those players. No, my point is, let's organize those players. Let them join. We already have teams. Let them join those teams. What is disturbing these players? One, drugs. Okay? Another thing is poor management of clubs. Our managers. Let us first look at those. We discuss with the managers how they can manage very well our clubs. Then we recruit those players. Let me tell you, when I get players, some good players, you find I have like 10 of them. I said, this player is good, but I'm not going to use him in my club. I send him to Rio side. I send him to Railway. But when those players are there, even as managers like Railway, they have my players like 3 of them. I have their players like 2 of them. But when time comes, when they need those players, or when we need them, we just call them.
Okay.
With the issue of the district league, the district team, I would say, it's not yet time to have the district team. That's what I can tell you.
Okay.
Financially, we are not stable.
Yes.
We can't have the district team as per now.
I think that's the main point where you are not starting it. Financial issue.
No, in a district team like Uganda Cranes. Now, the point is like Uganda Cranes. Most of the players who are playing in the Uganda Cranes, they are playing for Super League and the Premier Big League. Okay? They are identified from those leagues to join the national team.
Yeah.
Even in me, when I want to identify players, I will identify from the district league to make a district team. Even if you tell me today that we want chairman, we want a team to play in to make up a district team. We have players who are already playing in the district team, in the district league. We shall get those players, they come and make up a district team.
Okay.
So let us look at the national team, the other Uganda Cranes. How do they select their players? It is not a matter of sitting down and we think of getting players that is so and so in the Bulima, where come and join the district team. No. Let them join the district league teams. They play, we shall get them from there. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Chairman, for your contribution, and also Fred. We have almost exhausted our time. Before that, maybe before we close, there is one crucial issue that I would like really us to each of you to contribute and maybe bring your opinion about it. We have seen on social media since last week. The whole issue is trending on Kitara Football Club. They are here. They are nowadays using Masindi Stadium as their home stadium, and of which, business-wise, it has actually been helping people who have been doing their businesses, and the business has been booming whenever they play here. But of recent, municipal council came out with the resolution charging them 10% of the gate collection fee. As a gate collection fee that Kitara should be paying to the municipal authorities, because before they were paying 200,000 per game. Each game they play, they could pay 200,000. But they have come to realize that those people are collecting much money on the gate, over 30 million or 40 million. So they want now, they should be paying 10% of the gate fee. Your chairman, DFA, Masindi District.
Mr. Andaba.
Yes.
I think before chairman comes, I should be the one to start.
Coach, let me finalize it. Let me just give you
I don't want us to put interest or feeling on it.
No, it is
but
not
I want
a
us
feeling.
to discuss as the football fans and the lovers.
Mr. Andaba, when I was starting my work, by the time when I started working, I got a contract form which I signed between me and my company, which employed me. Isn't it?
Yes.
That contract form expires up to 55 years.
Up to 55 years?
Yes. I'm now 30 years. Isn't it?
Yes.
Kitara FC, before starting to play at Masindi Stadium, they had a memorandum of understanding between Masindi Municipal Council and Kitara. And Masindi Municipal Council, they are the landlords of the stadium.
Yes.
They signed a memorandum. That's the contract I'm talking about. Up to 30th of June.
Which is the end of the season.
Okay?
Yes.
Do you mean that Masindi Municipal Council, before signing that memorandum, they didn't know that Kitara was going to make business at Masindi Stadium? Councillors should first think about that. They signed a memorandum with the Kitara Football Club.
Yes.
Kitara is remaining with 4 home games.
True.
And today you are telling them they should pay 20% after you realizing that these people are making money. How? But I have a question to these councillors. Kitara FC, before coming to Masindi Stadium, they invested in over 15 million. How much did the Masindi Stadium invest at the stadium?
That's the question.
They never invested anything, if I'm to say. It's on record, by the way. The
That
face
Masindi
of Masindi
Stadium-
Stadium changed.
That Masindi Stadium, before Kitara coming in to sign a memorandum, I was the first person to sign a memorandum with the Masindi Municipal Council as a DFA. Coach Alinaitwe knows about that. I was the first person who lobbied from Uganda Stanbic through Uganda Cup to construct those washrooms, the dressing room. I got 80 million from Stanbic Bank. We constructed that dressing room. We bought iron sheets up. We did all the renovations. Masindi didn't contribute even a single point. Okay?
They want to milk a cow without giving it. Simple terms.
So, it is quite challenging. Before you signing a memorandum with the Kitara, you knew Kitara was coming to make a business, isn't it?
Yeah.
And after you signing, you realize that Kitara has invested in, and now they are getting what they invested in. You are complaining for what you didn't invest. How do you expect to get equal percentage with the someone who has already invested? Who invested minus you investing?
Okay.
Yes, and may I have my
Thank you.
submission is one to start with. Masindi councillors, are they the councillors?
They are.
They have ashamed us as we the sports fraternity. That issue is the talk of the day everywhere, countrywide. They have ashamed us. Those people signed an MOU which he has talked about. There is no way Kitara can accept to change. 2, we are going now to have a great impact on their submission. Already Kitara has increased from 5,000 to 10,000.
Yes.
A sign to show us the few remaining matches, they want to play them at Masindi Stadium. They construct their own stadium in Hoima. We Masindi would have lost, given that there have been a lot of business going on in Masindi whenever Kitara is playing. I want to tell the councillors out there,
Yes.
if you want to get a lot of milk out of the cow, please feed it well.
You need to
But
feed the
whenever
cow.
you don't feed it well, whenever you don't give it grass, you will not get milk out of it. Why Kitara? Also, Boma uses the same stadium. Why Kitara? My question would be, why Kitara? 2, from the time this season started, Masindi Municipal has never put anything at Masindi Stadium as a development. Chairman, am I lying?
No.
So, why do you expect an increment?
So, Chairman, if I am to ask you, that 10%, if Kitara is to contribute it, don't you think DFA is also going to achieve out of it?
Achieving what? What
The
are they
10%,
achieving?
that percentage of the money goes to who? Is it to municipality?
It is going to municipality.
But who is the person who is supposed to be in charge of that stadium? If you are to see this side, up now it is not constructed.
My point is one. I'm sorry, Ms. Andama, when you brought up that question, I was not happy. That's what I can tell you. Kitara once went to Kavumbi some time back, before me coming in as a chairman. Then later, we sat down and I went and convinced those people, after me assuming office, and brought them back to Masindi. These are our brothers. First of all, before you think that you want the 10%, think of the taxes you are collecting on the beers these people are consuming whenever we have games. And have you ever moved near Masindi Stadium when there is a Kitara game? People do businesses. Municipality is gaining a lot of money through taxes. Let us leave the 10%. And we look at the taxes. How much are these people bringing to Masindi? In one just a single day.
The business community.
The business we are making now. I'm not lying you. Kitara is not coming back for next season here in Masindi. They will not come. But how many people are going to lose that because of just mere councillors? I'm sorry. I'm using a.
Yeah, it is true.
But councillors should first think. You claim you want 10% and you want free entrance. Now, if you want free entrance of all the councillors to enter and watch the game, this money which Kitara collects at the gate, okay? The money they are collecting, it's where they are getting the 10%, whereby you don't want to pay. It is the same money they are using to pay the players, quality players. Kitara is topping the Uganda Super League table because they have good players. But they are being facilitated through gate collection. The bus itself needs fuel. Okay? Now, the next game, if the next game is away, these people have to eat, they have to travel, they have to be facilitated. They are paid the salaries.
I understand.
Now, you tell them you want after on 10 million which they have collected, you want 10%, which is 1 million. Really? Are you helping the team to develop?
Okay.
No.
Okay? So
That's why most clubs, they don't communicate their gate collection.
now, this is the thing I'm telling you.
So them being transparent is now bad, as if.
So I would advise the municipal council and the municipal authorities, the 200,000 Kitara contributes per game is enough. There is no any business here in Masindi town whereby you can get, apart from Uba, you can get 200,000 in a day.
Not even Kitara does.
Me, I'm telling you.
Kitara does not pay 200,000 in a day. They pay 200,000 after 90 minutes.
After
In 90 minutes.
It means
After
2 hours. In 2 hours, they pay 200,000 to municipal council.
Yes.
Now, which business is that?
Because Kitara does not even train from Masindi Stadium. They just come for the game. After the game,
Now, if you are behaving like that on Kitara, what of my team Uboma? Where are we going? It means that policy is going to come up. What of my local? These are the things which are bringing our games and our teams to run away. By those days, I could organize and get the district league played at Masindi Stadium. These days, when you take a league, any tournament to play at the Masindi Stadium, you have to pay money. And you are asking me why chairman teams are not coming up. The facility, a community facility, that is Masindi Stadium, whereby Coach Alinaito started his team, Boma FC, and he was at least planning to have another team. Now he's being kicked out. He cannot have a team because he doesn't have a facility. The facility is limited. It has some few individuals who want to own it, and they want to gain from it. For you, and I'm telling you this, pick your boots today, go and enter to the Masindi Stadium if you will train there for 10 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually,
to conclude my statement.
yes.
Let municipality be accommodating. Let them think of promoting sports in Unyoro, but not what? Letting us down.
Okay.
They should be accommodating so that we have more teams, more talents in our Bunyoro region.
Okay. Thank you very much for actually your contribution. Our viewers of Elkem TV, I think we have come to the end of our today's sports edition. I want to appreciate whoever has been following us right from that time, that's from 5 up to now, this 6 p.m. I saw request if you have some few words to as we finalize, just say hi, and then we finalize, starting with Fred.
To end with, I would say, we want to appreciate the management of Elkem Television. Thank you very much for organizing such talk shows. It's very important. Out there is that positive impact that we are opening up people's minds and the eyes to see. We need to grow sports in Bunyoro.
Okay.
It is always healthy, and we need this to continue. I would say, let's promote sports in Bunyoro, let's promote sports in Masindi. I remain Coach Alinato Fred, aka Coach Kajambia. Greetings to Masindi Army Secondary School and all the football fraternity in Masindi.
Okay. Okay, Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Andama and the management Elkom. And please allow me to thank Honorable Biamukama Rogers, my FUFA delegate who has fought hard for our Masindi main stadium to be constructed. By the way, it is going to be constructed to a national level, and it is going to host. Actually, I'm lobbying through him. We get some 2 to 3 games for AFCON at Masindi Stadium, and great. I believe by next year construction would have started. I thank the management, my family, and the sports lovers. Thank you for keeping me alive, and thank you for supporting me always as a sportsman. Thank you. Good.
Thank you very much, Chairman, GFA, and the Alnaito Freddy Coach. We thank you also as the Elkem staff and management. We appreciate you for always honoring our invitation. We look forward toward transforming Bunyoro's sports. Thank you so much, and wish you safe journey wherever you go. Thank you so much.